Alright, so we are down in the garden working on, I'm just trying to get my pathway laid out and this stuff because I've got to put dirt in these and I can't if they're, I need to move them, so I need to get dirt in them so I can plant. But you see the greenhouse got delivered and my goal is to make we're going to have a step coming off of it since we had to build it up, so it's easier. Then we're going to have some steps kind of coming down to the garden, to the raised bed garden area. And they'll come down through here and then you'll kind of go through the trellis here and it'll kind of be hopefully somewhat even. I may do one on that side too, but anyway, we're going to get a pathway built down to here. And I've got to get these plants in some dirt, so I've got to get these moved where I'm going to have them so we can get them filled up. To the outside, we are going to build like a platform step right here, just so there's not much of a step to get up there. It's kind of like a porch on it. I'm going to plant beside of it and all around it. So this gravel, we're going to just gently kind of over time kind of rake it away and then plant in amongst the gravel. Kind of, it's pretty, we put a pretty thick layer of the pea gravel down, so, and I don't mind to dig out and plant in some, but this soil was really great, so I don't have to add soil to it. I just need to kind of pull away, and I'm going to plant some like perennial things around here, I think. And then when I'm going to also come off the side here, I'm thinking this whole area now, I'm going to do like a cottage garden right through here. The girls want to make these stumps into fairy gardens. So there's one on the other side over there too, you can't see. But they want to do that. And then we'll have our porch and we'll come all the way down to the raised bed garden and the big garden with some steps through here. And that's just something that don't have to be done right away. We're just going to kind of work on it here and there throughout the season or whatever, and until it's done. It doesn't have to be done. I would like to get some of this planting done, but if that don't happen till next year, I'm okay with that. We've got quite a lot of projects going on, so I understand if it needs to be put on the back burner for now. Show me your farm boy chores, your farm boy exercises. Oh, that's heavy, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're gonna drag it? Oh. You finally got it, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
You got it put up there. Good job. Alright, so we got everything brought up here. There's still a lot that needs to come in here. There is a lot over here in the floor as well. We need to get some more shelves built on this side. And some kind of storage thing, especially for like this shade cloth and agribon. Those kinds of things that you don't need all the time, but you don't want them just sitting out like that. I want to put them up to where they're out of the way. We got all of our seedlings that were on that shelf. It's kind of crazy to see them all laid out like this. Now I can turn them the other way and have a little bit more space, but I do worry about them getting knocked off because it's a little, they hang over a little bit. Let me show you. So see, they hang off just a little bit, not really enough to get knocked over, but I just feel better where I can kind of assess them and see. Until I'm starting some more and I need some more space, I'm just going to leave them like that. So, well, I'll go through and show you what all of this is here in just a second because it's been a while since you've seen it up close. But let's go ahead and talk about this greenhouse. So we got this pad. We had to level it out, add lots of dirt. They got the gravel put in. So we got that all done. So it is nice and level. It is really nice watering your plants because they are now level whenever I fill them up. But I've got a lot of stuff on the ground and I need more space to start plants. Mason is napping over here on the potting soil. So anyway, I'm going to put probably a 2-tier shelf bench, workbench over here. A little bit wider. It'll be I want it to come out that little bit that these trays weren't, so I can turn my trays that way. And then we will put this kind of top on them, that hardware cloth kind of top. We're just going to build them out of wood. That's the plan for this wall over here. I almost opted to get this without even this shelf, but I didn't save any money by keeping this shelf. It was really costly, but I think these shelves are nice to have if you're ready. You want a greenhouse that's ready to go and you don't plan on having a lot of plants. But I needed 2 tiers, so I knew that it was going to be difficult to build another tier on top of this. And so I definitely wanted the other side open to where we could put in our own shelf system. And then probably along the back wall, I had thought about putting my old cast iron sink in here. Might still do that. I'm just going to have to see how much space I need after I get this shelf up and get some of this stuff stored away. Because I may need that for storage space. I also opted to have the, didn't get the wainscoting on the side, so you can get like metal up on the side of it. And I opted to not do that because I really liked the look of it and the durability. But I wanted to be able to grow things on the ground if I ever wanted to. So that prevents some of the light coming in for those things. So I definitely wanted to leave that open so that I can grow as low as I want to in my greenhouse and utilize every square inch of space in here. So it does come with the fan and the thermostat. I've got to get all that hooked up. I did get this, you can find these at Walmart. It is a magnetic humidity and thermometer. Tells you the temperature and the humidity. And I just got that so that we can keep an eye on that. I didn't even know that it was magnetic until I bring it out here and I was like, oh, that's nice. So if it's just perfect in here, it was like 11 bucks at Walmart. So there's some more things that we're going to do to the greenhouse. I've got my little happy place sign down here. I want to get it hung up some way. My idea when I bought that was I was going to have a wooden framed greenhouse, but it's all metal, so I can't just nail things in it. I've also got a little little rack for my tools, so I've got to figure out how to get all that put up. But I'm really excited that it's here. It was a really big hassle to get it delivered, but we got it delivered. Josh was actually the one that had to set it up here, and it worked out great. So let's go ahead and look at these plants, and I'll tell you what all we got growing here, and then I'm probably going to be starting some more since I have the space now. I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to start some flower seeds that I always hold off on because I don't want to take up my precious seed starting space with flowers when I need food. So I'm definitely going to get some flowers going in here. So we've got some rosemary and celery that I bought at a local plant store. They're just Bonnie plants. And then this is the celery that I started. When I bought this celery had not come up yet, and so I was getting a little worried, and I was very determined to grow celery this year. So I did go ahead and buy this just in case something happens to this, but it does look like my celery is doing really good. Of course, I've got to thin these out, and I knew that whenever I planted them in here. There was a little weed. But these are well ahead of those as well. So we'll see. We'll see how both of them go. You know, it's always nice to have backup when you're wanting to learn how something grows and just get it going. So there's that. Then we've got all of our peppers. We got some banana peppers, the shishito peppers, and the natapinos here. Now some of these I've pulled because they were like this. They didn't come up. But a lot of these have 2 in them, so I've got to actually come in here and separate these out. Like this one is 2 nice big old plants, so I'll probably move one of those there. I think I'm going to put some of these in some plastic cups. I've seen people do that before to up pot them because we still got a while before these are going to go in the ground, and I want them to continue to do really good in here. So that's another reason why I need a lot of plant space, because I have about 200 or something peppers here. It's insane. And then in this tray I've got the Purple Beauties, the Ozark Giants, and the California Wonders. So this is all bells. Funny thing is, almost all of these Purple Beauties, I only had one seed come up, which was kind of odd because I usually have both of them. There's one that kind of started to come up, but it didn't really. But I don't have to separate any of those, so I don't have to feel guilty about possibly letting a plant go to waste there. Clay, can you move these 2 pots, please? These are all the new peppers that we didn't grow last year. Some of these were as well, but we've got the habanadas, we've got the poblanos and the jalapenos growing here. And then our tomatoes, and some other stuff, basil and things like that. This has been a little rough. You can tell they've got a little bit leggy because we had one light over them, so they were kind of all coming into the middle. Some of them haven't even germinated. I don't know if this tray got shifted a little bit and that's what happened, but I still have time to resow some of these. I'm going to be up potting these because they're in the 72 cell trays, and of course that's not going to be big enough. So I've got to up pot a lot of these. And then over here I've got some calendula that's doing really good, some dill that's doing really good. I hope it don't get too hot in here for it. I may go ahead and put this in a bigger pot and get it outside. Chives didn't really come up. I think it got too hot. These were on a heat mat, so that's also part of the issue here. I think we've got the Genevieve's basil and then the holy basil here. Then we've got some Cherokee purple tomatoes and then Dr. Witchy's tomatoes. These were I didn't go through this, but this was green onions. They didn't come up. I think it was too hot in there. San Marzanos, the beefsteak, and the German pink. And then these were those Dr. Witchy's yellow tomatoes. So I've got to do some work on these tomatoes for sure. The basil and the calendula is doing really good, and the dill is doing good. But yeah, I do need to do some work on these tomatoes. I'm hoping that being out here in the greenhouse that it does help them. I'm just going to watch them the next couple days and try to, teach myself how to watch the temperature and the humidity in here, watch my thermostat, watch, keeping I've got both the windows and the door open today because it's really hot, and just teach myself, what my plants need. Hopefully I don't kill them all, and they do well, because I'm really actually quite nervous doing this, but I know that it'll be okay. It's just a little less controlled than my seed room, and then me hardening them off by taking them in and out outside. It's going to save me a lot of time moving them in and out in a couple weeks whenever it is time to harden them off. Alright, so that is it. That is a quick peek at my greenhouse. It is set up, and it's just gonna be coming along slowly. I've also got some spinach and cilantro and cabbage and lettuce. All of that's still going good. We've actually been picking some of this lettuce off. And then Cora has a little plant she planted at co-op, our homeschool co-op, the other day. So these I've been leaving out. They kind of got left in here the other day, but I think they're doing great, much better now than they were. But it's just going to take some time to get this going. We've got to finish that up there. That's a big project. We've got to get these chickens out of the garden, and that's one of the things we've just got to get done, and one of the many things. And we also have a baby piglet that we're getting soon. We've got some things ready for it. We're pretty much ready to go get it. It's just at our neighbors down here, but we are officially in busy season. I definitely feel that, whether we've got a garden in the ground or not, a lot of things are happening here. So all right, my camera died, but I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. There'll be lots more coming up. I've just got a lot of footage that I've got to go through and kind of weed through and kind of reset, because I've had a sick little one, and now that everybody's better, I've just got to get caught up on everything and get caught up from the weekend. So get all this edited, and then we'll get you out a little bit better video. But thank you guys for watching, and God bless.